I've got a Dunkin' cookie butter cold brew and a dream, y'all. Okay, so today is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. It's the 26th, I think, and I'm off today. And the reason I'm off today is because I have a research paper to write. It's like the last thing I have to do for grad school. The last thing. It's like a 6 to 10 page research paper. I know what it's about. I've done all the research. I've done all the annotated bibliography. I've even got the format. It's basically just a copy and paste and like fill in the blank. But I need serotonin so badly. I've got to put my Christmas decorations up. And specifically, I need to decorate the library. I need to be able to look up and see Holly Jolly Joy in my room to make me feel better because I don't feel good. We're not having like a regular Thanksgiving this year, so I don't have to clean the house, which is like a blessing in disguise. Like I'm gonna miss my sister and my dad because they're not here, and my mom has to work, so I'll see her like late in the day. So it's gonna be very, very weird. Um, like the first time in like 30 years none of us have been together on Thanksgiving. So it's a little strange. I'll probably cry at least once, but like it means I don't have to clean my house and I don't have to be stressing out about that over my Thanksgiving break from school. So I've got an idea of what I want for this room. Oh my god, it's so good. Okay. Sorry, you know how like Dunkin' is like the vibes you have to know because the drinks are so like hit or miss. That one was good, so the vibes are good. Here is the goal for this room. I'm thinking like vintage maximalist Christmas, which is kind of what the the place is anyway. Like I don't intentionally go out for a vibe, and I'm not gonna go buy new things. Well, I might buy new things, but I'm not gonna buy new things. We'll get to that. Um, First of all, I have trees for every room in my house. So, like, I'm going to put a tree in here. It's the pre-lit Christmas tree I got when I got married. So, it's very basic, but it's already got lights on it. So, I'm going to add more lights. I'm going to add more ornaments. I got a bunch of tiny ornaments. I've got these shiny red ones. I've got matte, like a satin finish, not matte, but the satin. And I think I got some glitter ones. I don't know. To put to kind of fill out things. And then I've got like a smorgasbord of other ornaments that are interestingly new and vintage. Again, I'll show you. I'll give you details. And I want to do more with the shelves. So if you can see hanging over here, I've got to fix that, and I've got to fix those. I have lights around the room. I have warm white lights around the whole room. I like having lights around my whole shelves, but one, since I put these Billy bookcases up, it's really hard to do like across the top lights because they're not even. You know, they have to like a thing. Um, so I'm not gonna put lights, I think, across that way. But I do have some icicle lights. I have blue and white icicle lights, and I have multicolor icicle lights. I'm gonna let the vibes guide me because one idea I have is I have the other shelf over here that you can't see. That one is covered with lights. That one's got a string of lights around it. And I'm thinking about putting the multicolor lights across the top. I also have, don't you love how I keep popping in and out of frame? I have, um, I have these little mini stockings that spell out Dupree. And Gina, light of my life, MVP viewer of this channel, she found reeds where she lives at. So eventually I'll have reeds, and I'm thinking about putting Dupree reeds on the other shelf. So that's covered. Again, I don't know if I'm going to do the icicle lights here. I may do them coming into the room, so you have to walk through the icicles. It'll be very, very cute. I can't do tinsel, even though my heart wants tinsel. I want the drape of the tinsel. I think that's very vintage in look. However, I have 4 cats and a dog who thinks he is one, so tinsel's not realistic. Now, I may go to like Dollar Tree or Dollar General and get some cheap, like, the garland tinsel stuff, but I'm gonna see what I've got because I've got like 4 boxes of Christmas stuff. Um, but I have some ornaments already. My goal kind of this weekend, I'm going to do like most of the bulk of my Christmas shopping, so it's out of the way this weekend with my mom. Go to Smithfield and Selma and look in their antique stores and thrift shops because like they usually have like a killer amount of really cool vintage stuff. And I don't really want like vintage glass ornaments, but I'll feel a lot better if I can get something kind of cheap from like Enjoy or Goodwill than I will if I buy brand new stuff that's supposed to look old. And I just don't trust anything that says shatterproof. I mean, I don't. But I'll risk it. I'll spend a couple bucks to risk something. That's I think all for in here. If you can see, I've already begun kind of my Christmas stuff. These are my Christmas stuffed animals. I have an extensive Rudolph collection. Sally Ragdoll is over there, but she's always on the shelf because she's my favorite ever, but she technically is Christmas. So all my Sally Ragdolls are over there. I have a Frosty, I have Max, I have the Grinch, I have Frosty, and I have just a butt ton of Rudolphs. So I've got my stuffed animals out. I've been decorating in the other places. I've got a big pre-lit, like you click it together and it lights up tree that I think I'm going to put in my dining room, and I'm going to use it and decorate it with my pine cones, my disco balls, popcorn strands, and that's going to be like the Evermore tree, because last year that was in here. It lived in the corner. But I'm kind of wanting, because that's where Nemo's bed is now, to put the tree here in the middle so it can be seen outside. I also have lights that I have to put in the windows, but I have to buy batteries first. It's not a lot, and it is a distraction. I definitely can be writing a paper, so I'm going to try to do this, like, intermittently. I'm going to cut in and be like, and I'm doing this now, because it's not going to be done today. Like, it's just not realistic, but I'm going to get the majority of it done today. And I've been yapping now for, like, so long, so let me just, like, get started on this. I'm going to go eat my breakfast, and I'm going to, like, clean the space in the room, because it's still a little messy in here. I've got, like, the book cart and things that need to go out, so I have room for stuff. And then when I come back, I'll have the tree, and we'll assess together. Yeah. Okay, this is gonna be like a moment of truth kind of situation, because hear me out. This tree lives in a cardboard box, and it lives in the attic. If you've ever had an attic in cardboard boxes, that's like a recipe for mice. So I'm gonna open this, and we're gonna hope that just the tree is in there and not anybody else. Why did I tip it up like this? The most annoying way possible. I gotta get a bag for this. In hindsight, I should have bought a bag for this one, like I bought a bag for my bigger tree, but like, you know, we can't. We gotta do what we can. Okay, so far so good. Nothing's jumping out at me. I don't see any like mice things. I don't see any holes anywhere that weren't already there. Nobody's running out. I genuinely, I'm like, okay. When I lived in the worst trailer in the world, we had a really bad mouse problem because we lived up to a field and didn't have underpinning. And one morning I literally kicked one off of the bed. Like, I every morning when I fed him, it was like a thing to open the door to the dog food, and they would scurry out because they were eating the dog food. So, like, I don't want anything to do with mice. It's not that I don't think they're cute. They're very cute, but, like, they upset my, like, evolutionary brain so bad. So, okay. So far, so good. This thing also sheds like a motherfucker. It's so old. Okay. I don't need the instructions on how to put this thing together. Yeah, last year I got a bag to keep my nice tree in. We got a tree that's like, if it's not the balsam hill, it's like the balsam hill tree. And that's usually what's in the background of my videos and in this room. But that one's almost too nice for what I want this tree to look like in my brain with that kind of vintage style. It needs to be a little bit like cheap looking. And I think I'm going to put the nicer tree either in that room next to us, the dining room, or I will put it in the back bedroom as the guest room tree. Not that we have guests, but like we might. Oh shit. Okay. But I bought a bag for it because they had a pretty good sale on those, like the storage bags, and I didn't want them to live in a what do you got a bump? On a in a cardboard box. So I put all my garland and stuff in there. And I haven't even brought that out yet, so I gotta do that at some point. Okay, this is the top. That's the, is that the bottom? That's the bottom. All right, you gotta get up. You have to move. You have to move too. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I told you should move. You ain't listening to nobody. Okay. Clearly, it's rough. I'm gonna have to spend some time fluffing this one, so just bear with me. Oh God, the needles everywhere. The needles everywhere. Now, I'm no expert on trees and like putting them together. That branch is clearly broken by a cat. Like, look at that. Someone clearly bent that out of shape. So I'll have to bend that back up. Anyway, you're like, the idea for fake trees is you obviously separate the leaves, but then like in nature, leaves grow up to the sun. Like they're trying to get as much chlorophyll they can for photosynthesis. So all of your leaves should be slightly curled upward, and like it's a pain in the ass to do. But when I tell you, when you have a decent like artificial tree, when you fluff it, it just looks so much better. Like I don't know. And this one I'm fluffing pre-plugging it in, because it is pre-lit. It's got colored lights on it. So I'm gonna fluff it first, and then I'm gonna come back and turn it on, and I'm gonna see kind of how my lights have been distributed, and if I like the way they look, like together. And if they don't, I can just move the lights around. I can move the branches. And I don't know. You'd think I'd buy like some gloves or something. I've seen people like take this very, very seriously. I don't take it as seriously as I should. Look at how bad you broke that limb. I mean, it's probably Janeway. I think it was Janeway that broke it. But like still, why is that so broken? Fun fact, Knox, if you remember Knox, he like broke his teeth chewing on this tree. He tried to bite one of the branches and like cracked a tooth. It was awful, and it was very expensive right before Christmas. And I miss that cat all the time, even though he was a little bit of an asshole. Alright, nothing to do now, but just keep going. You know what, I'm beginning to think it was Tim that broke that branch. And now I'm remembering that I think he jumped into this last year. So it might have been. It might have been Tim. It might have been Timothy. Oh no. Okay, I've only got a few more to do. And then I can do it all over again with the middle section. Yay! Oh, do not fight. It's Christmas. Do not fight. It's Christmas. Santa's not going to bring you anything if you fight your sister. Stop chewing on my tree. Okay. That's more or less... Okay, I know it looks like an absolute weird thing here. But anyway, this section comes next. And this is not one of the fancy, like, plug it in and it works things. You have to, like, actually make sure the plugs are near each other. So the plug is here, which means I need to make sure this side ends up here. Alright, make sure that's plugged in. Cool. Now it's just same thing we just did. Except for these 3 branches. Alright, last piece. Once again, gotta make sure I'm on the right side where the plug is. So go here. I think the top part annoys me the most because like it doesn't really fall like the other ones do. You really have to like manhandle it into looking nice. And the needles are just falling off of this thing. Like I'm glad I vacuumed already, but holy crap. It's so bad. And I know what you're thinking. Yeah, you're doing all that work to fluff it. It's still pretty holy. Like, it still doesn't look good. First of all, I don't care what you think about my tree. Second of all, I know I want it to be a little patchy because with those vintage trees, you want to fill out all the extra space with ornaments. So I'm gonna try to like fill any gaps I have with ornaments. Let's see if I can get the no, I don't want the whole thing. And again, this won't look good today, right? Like, I'm very aware of that. What I need it to do today is, one, turn on. And two, I need to see pretty lights when I sit on that couch and do my grad school paper. That's what I need today. When it starts raining in a little while, I need to finish my coffee, see these lights, and think, man, I do have Christmas spirit. Because right now I don't have a lot. Right now I don't have a lot. So I gotta have it where I can. Chase that dream while I've got it. And again, I don't like the top. It's just kind of chaotic up here. But we're going to make do. Just going to keep going. No one comment on the middle section. I know the middle section looks that way. I know what it looks like. I'll do better, but I'm not really that worried about it. Alright. Ta-da. This is it. The one downside of this tree, the one like flaw it has, is there's no plug up here for a star. Which is fine. I can figure that out. But I am going to attempt to move it and plug it in now, so bear with me. Look at that. Look at that. Would you just look at it? Ah, how cute. And see, now I can see where I've got like too many lights in one section, but not enough in another. That whole branch was able to have lights on it, which is probably because someone jumped on it like a jackass, Tim. But that is not something another string of lights can't fix. Now, again, I don't have the opportunity to plug more lights into this. So I think I'm going to have to move it. I was going to have it in the middle of my shelves. I think it's going to have to be slightly over so I can put another string of lights on it. I found these lights that are very like vintage dome lights. They have foil like tinsel in them, and they're LEDs so they won't get hot. That's the big thing in here. I don't want heat as an issue. So I'm going to have to make sure the tree is close enough to the plug so I can plug these in. So I'm going to attempt that and put these on the tree as well. You know, it's not really the worst, but I am thinking about committing to putting it in the corner instead of the heater being there. Normally Nimoy's bed is over in the corner, but I can move his bed really anywhere in the room and he'll lay in it. So I might just move this stuff and just swap where the heater and the tree are. The heater can't go very far because it has to be plugged into the wall. I'm over explaining things. I think I can deal with that. Yeah, I think I can deal with that. Okay, so that means the heater can be more mid-room and Nimoy's bed can be moved probably over here under the TV. Or beside me on the couch. He likes to be near me. Alright, I'm going to try to put these lights on now. We'll see. It might not be enough. I might actually have to go back and get another thing of these lights. I was very drawn to them, and I know I wanted some more lights on this tree. And now a lot of the vintage Maximus trees are white lights, and then they rely on tinsel and ornaments to show what like the different colors. But I like multicolored trees. I can't help it. It's just who I am. I know that about myself. I also would prefer if this was more of the vintage color palette, which is like, you know, just red, green, yellow, and blue. There's a little too many pinks and purples on like modern lights. I mean, these have purple on it too. But you can find very few LEDs in that color palette. Most of them now are incandescents. And again, I do not want fires in this room. So let's attempt to get these around the tree. It really would have been nice to have to have a plug on the tree. Beggars can't be choosers. Okay, you can't really tell, can you? They look great in person. Like, they look really good. They've got like a static quality to them because of the tinsel in there, and like, I think I have to go get another strand because this is definitely not enough to be noticeable, and they end like right here. Like, the good news is if I do get 2 strands, like if I go back and get another strand of this, I can run it up a little bit more dense, and then I can plug the star into the top of it. But that's a good start. That's a good start. Oh my god. It already feels more Christmassy in here. So knowing that I'm probably going to get more lights, I think I'm going to hold off on decorating it with the ornaments. And I do have, like I said, 3 kinds of red ornaments. We have the gloss, the satin, and the glitter. So I do have those. And I have a bunch of miscellaneous ornaments. But I think that's going to be good for now. And that's enough to get me through a research paper, I think. So you're going to have to, like, you're not going to have to wait. You'll see it, but I'm going to have to wait and complete it at a different time. So, anyway, let me start on that paper. I think it's time to get realistic about this tree. I had lofty goals, and I thought they were attainable. And then I walked in on Janeway and Tim, just in the tree. So I think the extent of the decorating that's going to happen in there is going to be the, like, shatterproof tiny little red Christmas balls. And I love the idea of tinsel. I like tinsel, like the drapey tinsel. It looks so, like, it's a specific kind, right? I have cats. That's not happening. Those cats will be shitting tinsel for the entire month of December. But I did find this at Dollar General. I really wish you could see this better. I'm going to try to get, like, I'll put a picture of it or something somewhere. It's holographic. Like, it's catching the small amounts of light in this room. Give me a second. This is chaotic. You just have to deal with it. Like, ah! Oh my god, I can't have nice things. Like, you can't see it. Not in the light. Give me a second. Give me a second. Bear with me. I'm not going to drop you. Like, can you tell it's gorgeous? I'm worried you can't tell that it's gorgeous. But it's rainbow. It's got little snowflakes in it. And I got 2 bags of it, but Tim is laying on the other one back here. Are you enjoying this? Does this feel like watching, like, Christmas Vacation, but, like, the library version? But I'm coincidentally also watching Christmas Vacation. If you knock that phone down, we're going to fight physically. So I'm going to put this up. Like, you see that light reflecting? It's good. It's the tinsel. I'm also going to buy another strand of the larger round bulbs so I can have 2 strands on here. And then I'm going to put up those Christmas bulbs. And that'll be it. I do kind of want to show you the vintage ornaments I found, though, that my grandma used. Because I'm sad I don't get to use them, but I don't want to risk the cats being little shits. So let me walk you through some of, like, my vintage decor in here real quick. And we can all be like, oh, yeah, that would have been nice. The first thing I'm going to show you, actually, is my mom's old Christmas tree I found while cleaning. Kind of chaotic. It's literally just green tinsel wrapped around coat hangers that she's got, like, I think just taped together. Yeah, it's like electric taped together, and then there's tinsel through it. And there's these teeny tiny little ornaments, these little vintage 80s, 90s ornaments, and then a strand of bulbs. And so you technically can plug this in. I'm not. I feel like it's probably a fire hazard. But she would have this on her desk when she worked at BB&T. and for a while when she worked for the church. I just think it's cute. It's very 80s, 90s crafts. Speaking of 80s and 90s, that's what a lot of the decorations you can tell are like late 70s that I'm about to show you. I'll move Tim's tinsel. Okay. So first, and Gina brought me the rest of my little stockings so I can do pre-reads at some point. I just got to get like hooks for those. There's this vintage velvet ribbon for like gift wrap. Excuse me. But I probably won't. I don't know. There's some vintage flags. That one has a nutcracker, and I think this one has like a trumpet on it. We don't really have a flagpole, so we probably won't use them. Really old school Christmas lights. Pre-tested transparent Christmas lamps guaranteed to light. Sure. We have a really old snowman stocking. Some old coasters. Very cute. There was another set of those that I got like last year that had cardinals on them, so I've got those instead. This really cute dinner bell. It even looks super old. So, come on. That. Very cute. Does it have a year on it? No. How dare. But you can assume this is old. I'm going to stick it back in here. I don't really have any reason to have that bell, but I think it's cute. There are some Santas in here, and these were kind of cool because I didn't realize that's what they were. Until I unwrapped this like decades old tissue paper, and this is a little firefighter Santa, and we have a golfer Santa, and my granddad was like, that was his thing, was he golfed, and he was a retired firefighter, so that was kind of fun to find those. This is a chaotic mess, so I'm going to try to show you what I can. There are these weird things that I think you're supposed to put near the lights on the tree, and they reflect stuff, and I've got them in blue and then 2 in gold. So those are neat, but I don't really know what to do with them. The glitter is like tearing the tissue paper apart. We've got these absolutely absurd looking cardinals. I promise you they looked better in the past. They are aged, but like these used to be like my favorite thing every year when they came out. I think they're like foam, styrofoam bodies. You see the white peeking through, and then feathers just layered up on them, like cotton and feathers glued together. They look insane, but like these were all over the tree. They've got little prongs that you twist around the branches, but I could not put these up. I think these are the only 2 that have survived. If I put those up, the cats would eat them. I have these. These are a little warped from being like in the bottom of a closet underneath things, but they're little cages with birds in them, and they're that weird plastic that doesn't exist anymore. This is such a like 80s plastic that's in these. And a teeny tiny little red bird. And there's like 4 of these. They're all varying degrees of smushed, but they do exist. They're alive. They're just not as pretty as they once were. I have more ancient plastic. Little cornucopia with a bow on it, a felt bow, and then a little snowman. And there's like 2 of those. Again, I think there used to be more. This one has a candy cane in it. But their tree wasn't really big. They put like a tiny one up, and me and Becca would come help decorate, but that was about it. I don't care. These are also old little bells. They're not bells that ring. They're more like cloches here. And the little angel in there. A little bit of decoration. We've got multiples of those. I think 3. 4 maybe? Are you the last one? 4? Okay, so 4 of those. We've got this Yuletide Treasures hand-painted Merry Christmas Mother 1980. Is what it says. Merry Christmas Mother 1980. That would have been 12 years before I was born. So, So I'm saying all this stuff's kind of old. These probably aren't as old. These glitter snowflakes. I think there's only 2 of them. There is a lot of sugared fruit in here. And the sugar is, again, varying degrees of still on. We have pears. I think these are supposed to be cherries. And oranges. The oranges look great. They still got plenty of sugar on them. And then apples. It feels like someone did Animal Crossing on these trees. And then the last kind of ornaments we have in here, I think they're lemons too. Yeah. Or no, yeah. We got whatever these are. They look like lemons, but also not. So yeah, very Animal Crossing. And then the last kind of ornament we have are probably my favorites. It's these, like silk thread ornaments. My mom and dad had a bunch of these that were red silk thread. And the cats love to play with them. They're just styrofoam balls with like silk thread all the way across them. But they shine so pretty. I love the snowflakes on these. You can tell they're old because these clearly were not like the color they are. I think they were a whiter color, but now they're like a champagne color with age. And they're very lightweight. And so they're not breakable. They're not glass. They're not going to like fall and crush, but the cats will chew these up. I know that from experience. And the last ornament that's in this bag is just a repeat of more fruit. And there's like 6 of those satin ornaments. Is this one we clearly gave my grandma when I was a child. That is me. And a little train. Me and a little train. So, cute stuff. It was going to go on the tree because it's vintage, you know. But then I thought about it. I did not want my animals to destroy this stuff and break it. It has lasted this long. Oh, this is the last one. So I don't know if anyone else is raised Southern Baptist, but we had a Christmas tree at church, in our church, our Baptist church, and it did not have Christmas ornaments on it. It has chrismons. And chrismons are like representative symbols of Christian faith. They were crowns and shepherd's hooks, candy canes. There were like that PX symbol that means something now. I don't know. Either way, it was a way to get ornaments on the tree without doing like secular Christmas. But we have a chrismon because like the ladies in the church would get together and make them. And all you really need is pearls and gold beads and some wire, and you can make a chrismon. And so this is clearly one either my grandma made or someone gave her that she made. But it's a little angel. So see how you just like, you would start up here and you would do the wire all the way down and just weave it back and forth. I mean, I could probably make it if I wanted to because I figured out how to make it. But like, I think it's kind of cool that she has this. But the whole tree was covered in this. So picture a tree with white lights and these on it. And that's kind of what the tree looked like. But anyway, I'm going to put these things back because, like I said, I don't want anything bad to happen to these ornaments or anything worse than has already happened to these ornaments. And I'll get back with you when I put the rest of the lights on the tree, and I'll put the tinsel on. And then I'll hang the little red lights, or little red ornaments. And we're just going to have to hope that my pets don't hate me too much and won't knock everything off the tree immediately. So that's the update for now. I did hang some lights up there, if you can see. And I've got the lights turned on like in the room, but you know, it is what it is. I'm feeling decently festive, but I still am kind of like not bah humbuggy, but like, I don't hate it. I'm just kind of non-committal right now. I think Thanksgiving was fine. Yesterday was Thanksgiving. I think I'm just tired. That's probably what it is. And I'm dreading having to like clean a bunch of stuff now. We didn't even host here, and I still feel like I need to clean up. So that is the update. I'm gonna get these hung up, and then I'll get new lights, and I'll see you when I have the new lights, because that's when I'll finish everything, probably tomorrow. Okay, update on the Christmas lights. I found another strand of these. So I took the lights, you can't even see me, I took the lights off the tree so I can do a more thorough job of like weaving them onto the tree. And then I've got these iridescent bulbs. They look clear, but I promise they do have stuff going on. I also found these. Thought they'd be kind of cool. And I have all of the regular red ornaments. I've also got the tinsel still over here. I think I'm just going to forego a star. I may put like a bow up there or something, but I think it's risking fate enough putting what I am putting up there on it just because these cats are insane. But yeah. So we should finish it today. This should be finished. The tree at least should be finished today. So let's get these lights on there and try to put as many as we can. They look so good in person. I hate that you can't really tell, but trust me, these look great. Again, you can't see it yet. I'll show it again when it gets dark. But I think that helps round it out. And now I'm gonna put on the tinsel, and no one's allowed to judge me for the tinsel. The cat's probably gonna pull off in about 2 seconds. So. I think it looks nice. For the most part, I just tried to follow like the line of the other lights. Like, she's not perfect, right? But she was never gonna be. She's like a 10-year-old tree. And Tim's already eating it. Stop eating the lights! Let's see, it looks like weird there. Should that be higher? Yeah, that's already better. Okay. And so then all I have to do is put on my ornaments. And yeah, I'm not going to do that on camera because that was enough. So, and again, it's like bright light in here. So while the rainbow looks fantastic right now to me in like live vision, you can't really see the full effect. So I'll come back when it's a little bit darker and show you what's up. And then that'll be it. Which I hope they don't knock it down in like a day. Better, right? Because it's darker. It's joyous and whimsical. Nimoy likes it. Nimoy likes it. He says, very nice. I think it's cute. What do you think, bud? Oh, you got stuck in mom's hair. Hey, bud. But that's it. That's that's the tree. I am going to put up the stockings on this shelf over here that y'all can't see. But I have to get like the hanger things for them first. But anyway, I feel pretty good about this. We get the little multicolor lights above the door as well. I have lights in my windows that you can't see. But like, I like this. The vision is clear. I can see the like, the lights reflecting off of the little rainbow, the red lights. And it's kind of, again, it's not as good here as live. I promise it's really pretty live. And it's not as like warm glow as incandescent lights are. But they don't make them like that anymore without really trying to find them, you know? And this is a pre-lit tree. There's the lights that are on it. And then I like the bigger bulbs. I think they're kind of cool. They add some contrast. Now, in real life, there's not a lot from like this point downward. And that's on purpose. I know the cats are going to be tempted to fuck with this tree. So I've got to try to get rid of the temptation as best I can for them not to mess with my tree. So, I've even got like, without trying to knock you over. Look how homey this is. Come here, bud. Come here. Oh. You sit? Yes. It's like a Christmas card right here. Holy shit. We look adorable, bud. We look so cute. We're our little Christmas tree on a little fire. Are you happy, boy? You happy your house is decorated? He's just happy he gets to sit over there in that bed. So here's the library. It's decorated, more or less. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching me decorate a tree with basically in silence. But just in case you wanted to picture um, what I what I was doing while I was putting stuff on the tree, you need to picture me very poorly singing "No One Mourns the Wicked" and dancing through life, because I saw Wicked 2 days ago, and it is again the best thing ever. I'd say I've made it my personality, but I did that back in like high school, so it really just kind of like time is a circle, you know. But anyway, that's it. It's decorated. Look at the cat. Already tempted to cause foolishness because my cats are evil incarnate. Anyway, that's it. That's the video. It's cute in here. I love it. Say bye, Nimue. He says bye.